After Barrow's insanely hype equalizing goal, firing up not only the Blue Lock 11 but every player on the pitch as well as everyone in the stands, we see Rin taking in the whole play just now, saying from Nagi's pass to Isagi to Barrow's movements and that block from his older brother Itoshi Sai. The goal was not made due to his own contribution but due to Isagi Yoichi's, realizing that at some point in the second half of this match, this game has been revolving around Isagi instead of himself, but Rin affirms that he won't let himself become devoured by Isagi. We then switch over to Isagi's POV with him knowing that the center of the Blue Lock 11 team is undoubtedly Rin, but also recognizing that Barrow's goal just now was because of him, but only because Rin exists on the pitch as a lightning rod, being able to vanish from the opponent's field of view and can freely move in their blind spots to challenge himself because of him. Isagi is aware that he'll most likely be unable to replicate that goal, saying that it was a one-type success type of play that cannot be reproduced easily. He then says it'll be game over if he fools himself into thinking that he'll be able to reproduce that goal, and that what he needs isn't to replicate the form of the goal but the phenomenon of the chain of trances. Everyone in the match is facing their own type of challenge to try and lead themselves to flow, and the result in mixing all of those trances would lead to a goal. Understanding the level of difficulty, Isagi says that if they're able to do it again, they'll definitely win, getting the iconic panel of both Rin and Isagi declaring that they'll devour each other and become the main star of the match. As all of the players of Blue Lock 11 are fired up and locked in, we see the game restart with Shido passing the ball to Itoshi Sai. As Sai is now in possession of the ball, Isagi says that they won't have a chance if they don't manage to steal the ball from him. He goes on saying that Gagamaru's handstand save was a miracle, so he can't hope for it to happen again. Isagi knows that everything starts when Sai makes a pass, so that's what he needs to look out for. But once Sai starts dribbling towards him, we see him cut past Nagi and now dribble towards Isagi. As Isagi is now in shock, being that he switched up his playstyle this late into the game, we then hear Sai say that he is about to increase the game level, and only the idiots who can follow him get to see the scenery that comes next, as he proceeds to hit an Elastico nutmeg to quickly get by Isagi. Instead of prioritizing a pass whenever the chance showed up before, he is now breaking past the Blue Lock 11 to increase his own passing options. In response to the game level of everyone on the field increasing by 1, he's raising the gears of his own playstyle by like 1,000 right now. Isagi states that Itoshi Sai wasn't even playing seriously yet throughout this match, and that he can't see the limits of his parameters. As Itoshi Sai breaks past both Barrow and Karasu, we see Itoshi Rin coming in, asking just how far his brother's strength reached, saying how they were side by side when they were kids, and that they were supposed to be connected, asking him just how far is he planning to go while leaving him behind simultaneously, as he tries to stop Sai with a tackle, but this was ineffective as Sai easily brings the ball up with him jumping over Rin without even giving him the time of day. Rin is now saying that he's feeling the same drowning feeling that he did back then, after his older brother returned to Japan after going to Spain for 4 years, saying that he's tired of this lukewarm bath, as he's already destroyed the past and that he's going to destroy it again, and that he's going to change in this match. He goes on saying that there's nothing he can't do that his brother can do because they're brothers with the same blood flowing through their veins. So in that moment, Rin asks himself how would he destroy Blue Lock if he was in Itoshi Sai's shoes, in an attempt to synchronize with him. As the crowd is hyped seeing this solo play, with the announcer saying that Sai is making his way through the field, we see Reo telling Yukimiya to mark him. As we go back to Rin's POV trying to synchronize with his brother watching him absolutely destroy Yukimiya, Rin says that the nature of Sai's dribbles aren't the same as players like Yukimiya or Bachira, because they have their own individual style and move actively to pass through defenders, but Sai is more of a passive dribbler, and he specializes in moving after observing his opponent's motions and rhythms, then blowing past them with a reasonable counter dribble. As the forwards of the U20 team hype up Sai waiting for a pass from him, Rin continues saying that before he started playing football, he simply just admired his brother and the football philosophy he had, being the playstyle that calculates the most optimal / efficient way to score and crush his opponents quickly. The essence of Itoshi-Sai's football lies in destroying his opponents beautifully, as we see him flicking the ball up with him hopping over Hiyori's failed tackle. As Gagamaru questions if he'll really make it to the end of their half by himself, we see Rin come to the conclusion on why Sai picked Shido instead of himself, because he wanted an egoist that was outside of formulas, and that he seeks a problem that no one else could solve before him. With this thinking, he could lead Shido, the player Blue Lock couldn't contain, to the best possible level. As we see Rin continue to try and put himself in Sai's shoes to predict the next play, we see Sai manage to reach Aryu. As Aryu questions whether he'll cut in or out, Sai reads Aryu's timing and hits a shot-like pass towards the inside of the box. As we see Shido charging towards the goal zone and reaching a point only he could, about to score a hat trick on the Blue Lock 11, we see Rin coming in at the final moment saying he knew that his brother would pass here, as he takes a foot to the face from Shido, ultimately stopping this chemical reaction. As Kurasu tries to get the ref to give Shido a card for that, we see Hiyori and Isagi checking to see if Rin is okay. Isagi says that the way Rin moved was nothing like he ever expected him to do. All of Rin's plays are centered around exclusively himself, and yet it's like he even shocked himself moving to that spot to stop the genius and the demon's chemical reaction with the sole intent of defending just now, questioning that Rin is switching his playstyles this late into the game to seal Itoshi-Sai. Isagi's impressed, but also stating that he'd never be able to do the same thing in that match, and that there's something only Rin can see. The match's level increased after each player reached the flow state, and Sai raised the entire level of the game in return, and that woke up something in Rin, and now he's becoming an existence made to kill Itoshi-Sai. While the U20 team's guards down, Rail quickly restarts the game where it left off as he makes a long pass to Nagi. As we see Isagi charging forth towards the opponent's goal, he says that Rin erasing Sai changes everything, and now his combos, vision, and scenery of the entire field is completely changing. If he changes, his surroundings also change in response, and thanks to Rin, everything is changing, and Blue Lock can still evolve. As Isagi is running upfield, he tells himself to react to this moment and to find a chain of trances that will lead to an attack only the current Blue Lock can create, and at that moment we then see another player who joins in on Isagi's frontal attack on the Japan U20 team, with that player being none other than his day one partner, the monster Bachira Meguru, as he says Isagi's last piece could only be himself. As this OG duo was back in action and in full swing, we see Bachira say that he isn't there for Isagi and that he's going to score a goal on his own, but Isagi is glad that they are on the same page. As we see them charging into the U20's half with smiles across their faces, we see Nagi pass the ball to Isagi. Isagi assesses that Rin is still behind them, as Bachira has taken place in the current line of offense. With this new formation, they will awaken another chain of trances. As they're approaching the defensive midfielder of the U20, Hayate, they quickly blow past him with a quick 1-2. As Isagi is getting ready to handle the defensive line, we see the King Baro try to steal the ball from Isagi, but Bachira is quick to take the ball from Isagi himself. As Bachira is excited about getting another chance to shine, we see him charging towards the defender, saying it's time to dance as he begins to yield to his impulses. As he matches up with Uelitelb first, Bachira tells himself not to think and to just play and follow the direction that'll make his heart sing, as he deceives Neru by making a flick over him instead of a nutmeg. As Bachira is speaking to himself in Bachiranese, because honestly I can't even tell you what he's saying or translate or narrate, whatever, we see Kazuma come in telling Neru to press him. As they attempt to double team Bachira, he then feints Kazuma and makes a roulette by passing him with ease. As Kazuma questions if he's one of those instinctive dribblers, the announcers of the match say that Bachira has just slipped past half of the Iron Wall Quartet. Aiku then comes onto the scene, surprising to see that Blue Lock still had an ace like this up their sleeve, as Nagi, Isagi, and Baro are all around him telling him to pass the ball. Bachira tells all of them to shut up, calling them all extras, as he proceeds to enter a one-on-one with Captain Oliver Aiku. As Bachira hits Aiku with some insanely fast scissor feints, Aiku concludes that there's a 2% chance that he'll pass the ball and a 98% chance that he'll try and dribble past him. But in that moment, Bachira lifts the ball. With Aiku confused, thinking Bachira is going to try and shoot in such a small interval, Bachira tricks him at the very last second and hits the ball off the ground with some top spin as he successfully passes through Aiku. As Aiku has no data on someone like Bachira, he tells the goalkeeper, Fukaku, to come out of the net. As Bachira is in the air, he says that this is his flow, calling it monster trance, as he kicks the ball over Fukaku. As the ball seems like it's going into the net with no one seeming to interfere with it, we then see the number 11 of the U20 team, Sendo, running for the ball. Sendo then recalls what Aiku said about the stronger the opponent, the more hyped up the ace gets to fight back against the world. As everyone in the stands are frozen in a state of suspense of whether or not Sendo will make it, we then see that Sendo actually does make it and saves the ball, and quickly kicks it away from the goal, with Bachira saying that he is now seething. As it seems like it's not Bachira's day, we see Aiku get the second ball from Sendo's block. Aiku then shouts at Sendo to get up, teasing him, asking if he's only good for defense. As Sendo takes the bait, he declares himself the real ace of the Japan U20 team. As the Blue Lock 11 are shocked, desperately running back to play defense, we see Sendo going on saying that he won't hand over the throne to the Blue Lockers who seemingly just popped out of nowhere. Not only saying that he'll change in this match, but also change Japanese football. He doesn't care for gravure idols anymore, and that now he's going for the best in the world, and that he's going to marry a Hollywood actress. As the Iron Wall Quartet is shocked but also fired up as well, we see Aiku send a pass to Sai, telling the Japan U20 not to let go of that fire. Blue Lock's heat didn't only affect Aiku, but everyone else on the team can feel it too. A single striker has awakened the midfielder, made a defender evolve, and guided a goalkeeper to the next stage, and that this fight lies beyond even his own desires, and that with this match Japanese football will change as well as the Japan U20. As Karasu and Yukimiya try to stall Sai, we see him call them a bother as he just passes the ball over them. As they're both confused that Sai didn't pass the ball to the direction of Shido, Sai states that he treats all proper strikers equally, and that the person with the most heat towards the goal gets to have their chance. As both the forwards of the Japan U20, Teru and Kento, charge towards the goal, we then see Aryu and Hiyori quick on the scene to stop them. As we see this 2v2, Kento passes the ball to Teru as he then passes it back to Kento over Aryu. As both Aryu and Hiyori realize that they both move to counter them in opposite positions, we see Kento make the final pass to Teru, telling him to score it. But just as he's about to go for the shot, the chameleon Reo comes in to block the shot with his head. As the second ball bounces off the ground into the air, we see Sendo running from all the way from the other half of the field, stating that he is the real ace and that this is his era. And as he shoots the ball, we see Nagi and Baro reach the same point to try and stop it, with the shot hitting their faces together. As it seems like the U20 have lost their chance, we see Sai right there, just in the right place, to chest trap the second ball. As he is in the worst place to be, having a clear opening of the goal, we see Isagi Yoichi try to stop him, telling Sai that he can see him. But in that moment, we see Sai trick Isagi once again, and make a side pass to Captain Oliver Aiku, telling him that he has a good sense of smell, to where Aiku apologizes as he's upfield, but that he used to be a striker, so his instincts got the better of him. As Isagi, Reo, and Gagamaru are shocked, being that they couldn't even predict that, as Aiku says that it's time to finish this match. In the nick of time, we see Itoshi Rin come in and deflect the shot just barely for the ball to go over the net, giving the Japan U20 team a corner kick, ending off the chapter with just 5 minutes on the clock in this match. Hey guys, DarkheroJosh here, and that was the moment where Bachira showed the world who he was. I really did want to shine some light on this moment, especially because I think it's heavily overshadowed, and most likely because it was right before Rin destroyed all of the defenders of the Japan U20 team with his destroyer flow state. So I just wanted to remind people that Bachira did something that's pretty much on this same level and should get the appropriate amount of glaze for that. Anyways, it's been a while since I made a moments video like this, so if you guys do enjoy it, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment down below if I should start bringing back the moment videos a little bit here and there, as well as what other things Blue Lock do you guys want to see next on the channel. And without further ado, I hope you guys do have a great day, and see ya.